Racing Season 4 Division 2 here at Portimao. This is the second. These guys have raced around, will race around this track after doing tryouts here. I'm hoping this is my end, that is full of laggy bikes, but we are missing me and Wigan today, but we've got Mohammed who's replacing Joey, who left us. So now we does Moto 2, I'll have an appearance and hopefully maybe continue if he does a good performance. So we got Minnie and Matty here, who are the furthest on track right now. As they go through Craig Jones and now to the top of the hills, they then drop back down. And you can see there Matty repping a Italia or Azzurri helmet after last week. Going around the hairpin. Oh, he's lost the front. So now it's Matty who Minnie who leads the pack as Mogsy tries to go up the inside of Minnie and is unable to make the move stick. Round the final corners, Minnie takes a very wide line, but will get a lot of exit speed, especially with that Ducati. Right over the hill, across the line. Mogsy should go first. He does by 2.5 seconds. And now Mohammed, who is using the Idemitsu version of the LCR Honda, is now coming up to the final hairpin. Whereas Hitstick's behind about AC. He's also behind. So here comes Mohammed round the final corner. Over the crest, a lot of wheelie. With Mohammed just being called in, he hasn't had any practice at all. He does a massive stoppie and he is down. But yeah, unfortunately he hasn't had a lot of time to practice. Hitstick, the winner from last week, or 2 weeks ago, goes second. And AC Slayer goes into third. We have Legendary, who's currently in the second sector, going down the hill through Craig Jones. Is now to come up through turn 9 and 10. Front side trying to just slide a lot. Noted while Legendary is wearing a Red Bull helmet when he's on the Monster Energy Yamaha, but okay. As now they go through the hairpin. Minnie now is also coming to the end of his lap. Sliding the rear, setting the bike up. Will he have a little bit of wheelie over the crest? No, the wheel firmly planted. As he crosses the line, and he improves by quite a bit, by 2.5 seconds, but unfortunately he remains in 5th place. Legendary crosses the line and goes 6th. Matty now, unfortunately he ran out of fuel in the last race, I believe, or some bizarre incident happened to him anyway. And he was running in the top 5, as now he goes into turn 9. Having a little bit of wheelie issues, so I'm wondering if he's gone quite short the swing arm. He doesn't lose the front of the hairpin this time. And now goes around the hairpin. As he comes up to the final corner. A little bit of wheelie over the crest as he crosses the line to set his first lap of the session, and he goes 4th. Tohoi goes round the final hairpin of the circuit, runs over the curb. That's not the greatest of ideas. I'm pretty sure he didn't even plan to do that. Howling still yet to do a lap time. Tohoi over the crest, a little bit of wheelie. And he crosses the line to go 6th, despite that mistake at the hairpin. Legendary now taking his opening lap time of the session, and he goes 4th. So you got Mohammed, who is on a lap currently, as well as current pole sitter Mogsy, who's going over the crest. Well, not quite, no, goes down the hill through Craig Jones as he runs over the curb, and I'm very surprised he didn't crash. He's run extremely wide through turn 9 and 10. And I think this lap is a throwaway. As, where is Howling's thing? Here's Howling as he's completely ran on through turn 5. Howling having a massive stinker right now. Halfway through the session, not even set a lap time. And his Moto2 teammate Mini, now he's on a lap, going over the crest and now down the hill through turn 8, running a little bit wide, just missing the turning point probably by half a second, hitting the bike up a little bit, turning a bit too much than he'd like, through turn 11, and now turn 12, the front shakes ahead quite nastily there, and Matty is, as you can see behind Minnie there, while Minnie's rear steps out a lot. Matty could get, he's gone 3 red sectors, he could get a bit of slipstream in here as well. This could be a very good lap by Matty to take pole position. Here comes Minnie now, out the corner, over the crest, no real wheelie. Matty in his slipstream as well. Minnie doesn't improve, Matty does go into pole position. Howling, this isn't going to be an impressive lap. No, it's invalidated anyway. He breaks down into turn 1. So easy to stop as I did in the esports race. Just brake a little bit too much, or a different angle, your bike can be sent, or your rear wheel can be sent flying into the air. There's Mohammed now on his wild card. Make a little mistake, you know, trying to avoid those curbs. But he's still improving his lap time. As he now goes through the hairpin, he's going to have a little bit of slipstream as well from Tohoy or AC Slayer. Can't quite tell who it is. It's AC. And Mohammed now is doing a bit of, we'll take a little bit of slipstream over the crest, a little bit of a wheelie. Stays right in the slipstream, cross the line, and he goes into 3rd. Hit stick improving, and Mohammed's instantly crashed at the first corner. 3rd afterwards, hits it with a little bit of wheelie. Winner last time out, crosses the line, and he goes 4th. So you got Legendary as well. And so across the line to go 2nd. Howling doesn't complete. What is Howling doing? Very interesting tactic. So Many improving as the rear shakes, as the rear wobbles and the front shakes. So Many just in this last sector doesn't seem the most comfortable, as you can see the rear again. So something's a bit wrong with the rear end right now with Mini in the final sector. It just seems a bit loose. And it's not giving him a great deal of confidence as he invalidates his lap time. Tohoy now his bike looking a lot more stable compared to Mini, as he now goes into the final hairpin. Once again runs the curb and either goes into the grass and invalidates his lap time. Here you can see Matty over the crest. He doesn't improve his time. So it's the Yamaha 123 currently. what is up with Howling. He's, you know, championship leader. Could he win the championship today, actually? That's like, let me just check. I have a feeling he might be able to. I just need to check. Howling can win the championship, because after this race there'll be 3 rounds to go with Howling. Well, if he wins the race, he'll be champion. That's for sure. So yeah, if let you know, that's not for sure. Well, if he wins and Hitstick is not second, and then he'll win the championship. So he's got to gain 3 points over Hitstick and not lose 4 points to Mogsy, and not lose 9 points to AC, and not 12 points to Legendary. So Howling could be champion after this race, as Mr. Hitstick now is going round the final corner, as there's massive lag on my screen as the really strange glitch of when the bike lags. But Hitstick crosses the line and he goes into pole position. Howling now, he comes out the final corner over the crest. Where will he go for his first lap of the session? And he goes third. Mogsy now, his bike actually looks right, thankfully, as he now crosses the line. Will this be pole position? It is. Mogsy takes pole for now. Howling Siege is currently improving on his lap time. Through the double rights he goes, perfectly taking that, just missing the curb. Through in, that has to be done as well, as he rises over the crest. What about the wheelie? Bike's wheeling a little bit there, losing him a bit of time. Flying through Craig Jones, and now he takes the double rights, takes a late apex. Front wheel just in the air there. It'd be ideal if it wasn't in the air at all, but so it is sometimes around this place. Through the hairpin, he might get a little bit of slipstream as well from one of the Yamahas. There's Mogsy, who's a ghost, thankfully. And Howling now around the final corner. Hopefully that incident of Mogsy's ghost has not interrupted him. As he goes down the straight, can he go onto the front row of the grid? He does. 2 tenths off. So, right down here. AC Slayer coming to the end of his lap. As you can see, Hitstick there starting his final lap of the session. AC Slayer does not improve. We're gonna have Mini. This is his last lap of the session. Can he jump any positions? He can. He jumps into 7th. Mohammed unable to improve his lap time. Matty, who at one point was on pole position, is not improving. Mogsy's improving. Hitstick's improving. AC and Tohoy are not. It's a disaster for the Red Bull KTM boys. Mogsy's having a massive wheelie over the hill there. And Matty has crashed, and that is his session over. Hitstick's time has gone away in the second sector, so it's indicating that Mogsy might have this pole position in the bag. You never say never. Although he has 3 red sectors and he's looking to extend the gap and improve upon his lap time. Nicely round the final corner as he goes over the crest. A little bit of lift from the front tyre. He crosses the line and he improves by 10th. It's unlikely hits that's going to make anything, but let's see. Nice run over the crest, and he crosses the line, unable to do anything. So Mogsy takes his second pole position of this season, with Hitstick in second, Howling in third, Matty fourth, Legendary fifth, Habit in sixth, Mini seventh, AC Slayer in eighth, and Tohoy in ninth. And we now wait to see what the weather will bring us.
As you can tell from the footage,
and it's dry. Oh, so Nelson's not here today. Hopefully he can join the race, but he's out and he wasn't sure what time he'd be back. So that's why I'm by myself today, for now anyway. I mean, I've got Deck with me, but he's just observing stuff. Just in case anything happens. Just waiting now on Howling. See Nelson in the chat. Right, let's get this race underway. So it's a very tight first sector, so I'm hoping people are going to take a bit of caution. Obviously we want to see some aggression, but hopefully nothing too stupid. It's interesting, quite a lot of mediums going on here, unless they've just changed the game so now it only shows mediums. But lights are on, and they're off. Moxie having an absolute stinker with reaction times, and Mini's just gone straight into the back and having nowhere to go. But Howling Siege enters the lead. Oh, and who's that? Legendary makes contact with Hitstick and goes down as well. Mini going down. So Howling leads. Hitstick in second. Mogsy in third, Matty fourth, Mohammed in fifth, AC Slayer in sixth, and Tohoy in seventh. As oh my lord, Mogsy's gone down, and there's oh dear lord. Well, massive crash. See, that was I don't know what happened there, but that caused an absolute massive crash and time to restart the race. It's easily done. You hit the curb, or I don't know what they did. Whoever it was, I don't know what Mogsy did to fall, but I think it was Mogsy who fell. But I'm gonna guess he just clipped the curb, and it just sent him down. And unfortunately, with the racing line being one line through there on the exit, it's easy just to run into the back of him with nowhere else to go, and then it's just a pile up. So this gives him a chance to make small adjustments tyre changes if they feel like they need to, even though it's only half, well, not even half lap, just a quarter of a lap, so not much to go from. Swing on Tohoi. Right, let's go. MotoGP hoping for a lot better start this time because his reaction times were absolutely tragic. Right, here we go once again. Moxie on pole. Hitstick in second and Howling in third. Championship could be decided today. And they're off. Moxie having a much better start. Still a bit of a trash launch though. As Mini going round the outside. Mini's up to about third position there to go round turn one. Oh, there's a KTM and unfortunately Mini's actually been sat up there, so all he's good. Oh, they've both gone down. I know, Matty and Mini have gone down. To Howling leads, Hitstick second, Legendary third, Mohammed fourth. We go through turn four, everyone cleanly through. Tohoi goes up the inside of Mohammed, who makes a mistake and enters into fourth. Moxie sixth, AC Slayer in seventh as Moxie goes up the inside of Mohammed into turn five, not able to make the move stick. Legendary trying to move on Hitstick it seems, but able to. Oh my lord! Moxie and Mohammed having contact, and Moxie's now dropped to seventh place. Moxie looks to fight back on AC Slayer into turn 7. Oh wait, that's turn 8, isn't it? Through turn 9. As they go through here, Moxie trying to just able to take a lot more corner speed than the Honda, but it's getting held up, so it's just a age-old problem for Moxie and the Yamaha as he goes up the inside Mohammed. Oh my lord! Not able to make the move stick as Mohammed looks to try and take Tohoi for 4th place. Have it up the inside of Tohoi, not able to, into the final corner, no way, and he's done it. He's through, but he's run extremely wide, and Tohoi gets the cut back as well as Moxie taking the position. Nope, as the two make contact to go side by side. Moxie's actually got the slipstream from Tohoi, and he will take 5th position to go side by side into the braking turn, and Moxie outbrakes Mohammed to take 5th position as he now sets his sights on 4th to go through turn 3. Tohoi's wide, Moxie goes into 4th, Mohammed trying to take Moxie round the outside, which will now try and get a good run into turn 5. He pulls alongside, can he outbrake the pole man? No, he's not able to do so. So Moxie's down to 4th and he sets his eyes on his sights on his teammates. But Howling Siege in the lead, in the perfect place, but misses the Hitstick in 2nd. He's got to stay there, because if he stays like this, there are 30 points remaining, to be on 30 points, but Hitstick could still win on amount of 3rd places. Because it would. Oh no, Mohammed's gone down. Because it obviously would require Howling to miss all the races, which means he would not be able to get a 3rd place, which Hitstick has one of. So I don't think that I don't think. Well, I'm pretty sure Howling will know about. Will just have clicked with it because he's in the party. So unless he has me on mute, unless he has me muted, but I don't think Hitstick will know. So I don't know if he'll change. He probably won't change the outcome of his approach, but probably won't be. He won't realise how much is actually on the line in this race. As Legendary is now coming up to the back of Hitstick, just doesn't seem to be as strong as he was in Chang. Legendary in the slipstream, but not close enough to make any sort of attack currently. As he goes into turn 1. Runs a bit wide onto the curb. Legendary now is all over the back of Hitstick as they go into the hairpin. He's not able to make a move through turn 4. As they now go down the straight and into the braking zone of turn 5. Howling Siege currently fastest man on track. And you can see Moxie now joining this group, so it'll be a group of 3 fighting for 2nd place. Hitstick running a tiny bit wide there, just a little bit of understeer from the Ducati. You can just see that the Yamaha is able to take such a more tight line, such a tighter line I should say, compared to the Ducati, which is what you expect, but then on the exits of the corners the Ducati is able to pull. And there you can see Mogsy starting to put Legendary under suppression now as Mogsy tries to re-enter the podium positions from his pole position start. As Legendary hits the curb, that's going to compromise his run as he now go into the second hairpin. But Mogsy not able to be close enough to make any sort of attack. Corner, Mogsy taking a lot more entry speed, but Legendary choosing to take the more corner speed. So you see the various of lines and approaches. Let's go over the crest to end lap 3 sorry, as they go into lap 4. Into the braking zone of turn 1. Mogsy is going to try and go up the inside of his teammate into turn 1, but he's not close enough and has to sit the bike up. Also sets the fastest lap of the race, so Mogsy has got good pace here, as shown from his qualifying. As they now go into turn 5 once again. Hard braking. Legendary parking the bike perfectly. That giving Mogsy a chance to get through. And whilst I've been focusing on the Yamaha battle, Hitstick's actually managed to close in quite a bit on Howling as he's got this gap down to a second. So I don't know whether Howling's made a mistake somewhere or Howling's just gone into his rhythm and started to close the gap down. But this race isn't over as it was looking like. So these 4 guys most likely to be on the top step of the podium, but there's still 9 laps remaining once they cross the line, so a lot of stuff can happen. Also will be interested to see the improvement that these guys have made since the tryouts a few weeks ago. Legendary goes extremely wide through the hairpin and Mogsy will take 3rd place from his teammate, taking a much tighter line. A little bit of lag there as the 2 teammates now side by side over the crest. These guys really shouldn't be fighting. It's just going to prevent them from closing in. But Mogsy takes 3rd place and now sets his sights on Mr. Hitstick. As they go into turn 3. See Hitstick now just gaining a few tenths on Howling. So Hitstick is now on the charge. Half a second the gap. So I don't know if Howling's struggling with something or Hitstick's just got better pace at this current stage. But it's not over yet as the 2 Red Bull KTMs are starting to fight as AC Slay runs very wide through turn 5. So it takes a very bizarre exit line out there through turn 6 and now into turn 7. Tohu retakes the position. Going through turn 8. To rise up the hill running wide goes Tohoy. Down the hill. Back at the front, Howling. Oh god, that's not the right line through there. As Hitstick's keeping the gap about 6-7 tenths, so Howling's able to just extend the gap a little bit over the 2nd and 3rd sectors. As they go over the crest, as they will reach the halfway stage on this lap. Into turn 1. Howling runs wide. So is it just these little mistakes that are causing Howling to drop time? As he's actually started to gain time on Mr. Hitstick as he runs over the curb twice there. That's not what you won't be doing, as you can see. Mr. Hitstick's just gained all the time back. It's interesting to see that Howling's gone with the hard front tyre compared to Hitstick who's gone with the medium. So there could be a difference in terms of the end of the race as the front of the Honda shakes. But Howling will have a lot more stability on the front. Rather but will have less grip on the edge of the tyre. And Mogsy now is absolutely flying, as he's now only 4 tenths behind Hitstick, so maybe it's Mogsy who is going to be the man to challenge Howling, as Hitstick runs extremely wide through turn 10-11. Mogsy holds it round the outside and takes second place from Mr. Hitstick, and Howling now has got a 2-second lead. So Howling just only a lap ago was was only half a second from being attacked to now having a 2-second lead. So that's all. So it's all going Howling's way right now. As Mini loses the front, trying to go round the outside of Matty through the hairpin, and unfortunately Mini's race has just gone quite badly. And Mr. Hitstick passes Mogsy down the straight, but then Mogsy's going to try and outbrake Hitstick into turn 1, and he does so very nicely. Leaves the space. I think he might have ran on a bit there. Yeah, and he lets Hitstick back through, but all this fighting is just going to let Howling extend the gap. So here we go into turn 5. I think Hitstick's gone extremely wide. Mogsy's going to go up the inside and nearly collects the pair of them. And all this fight is just letting Howling get away. And I'm pretty sure this is quite frustrating for Mogsy, because he knows he's got the best pace out of all of them. Hitstick's just not allowing him to escape, as Mogsy gets a lot of air over the hill as they now go into the double right. Mogsy trying to go up the inside, not able to do so. He's forced to sit up. As they now go into the 2 hairpins. See Mogsy taking a much tighter line. Is he going to try and bait Hitstick into running wide? No, he's not able to do so. It's fair, the gap's actually come down a bit, despite the battling. As they go through the long right-handers to end the lap. Howling Siege will start lap 8 with a 2.1 second lead. As Hitstick has a little bit of breathing room from Mogsy. As Hitstick's doing some dancing. I hope that's my end and not his end, because otherwise Mogsy's going to be having a very big panics right now. And his bike could be sent to the sky. And is that Tohoi's gone down at the hairpin? So that's Tohoi's fight for the top 5 over. From the double rights, these two go, as they still try and chase down Howling, but Howling's just had the consistency and not had to fight with anyone. Through these fast combination of corners that all lead into each other. You can just see that Hitstick's just got, I think it's just, he's not making any mistakes. Currently, as I say that, he is onto the grass. But, yeah, it's just Mogsy's not got the clean air that he needs to try and chase down Howling. As now there are 5 laps remaining of this race, and it's looking to go Howling Siege's way. Through the hairpin, and now into turn 4. Can Mogsy set up a move for turn 5? It's unlikely given the power of the Yamaha compared to the Ducati. Is to brake for turn 5. Hitstick keeps the tight line, does not allow Mogsy to go through. If he goes on the curve, that's going to compromise his run, but Mogsy's got nowhere to go and has to sit up again. He's going to take a load of air. And Howling's gap has almost extended to 3 seconds as Mogsy goes over the curb and has now got a long lap penalty, and that is probably his race winning chances over, and his second place chances possibly over as well. And Mogsy runs straight into the back of Hitstick, and all this is just going to allow Howling to have even a bigger gap. And we see Mogsy go through the long lap. And he does it successfully. His teammate does not pass him, and now he's got 2.5 seconds to catch back up to Hitstick. Well, now we're going to see if Mogsy does have pace to catch Hitstick. Like though, he's just been in 4th for pretty much the whole race since Mogsy passed him. AC in 5th, and a lonely time. Whoa, as he has a couple of stoppies into turn 1. Mohammed in 6th, Tohoy in 7th, who now has a long lap penalty. Matty, after his crash at turn 1, is 8th, and Mini is 9th. So Howling looking to take his 4th victory of the season. He's been pretty consistent, been on the podium in all races apart from one, I believe. 1 or 2 races at least. And whenever he's had a bad result, you could say, usually his championship rivals have also haven't really been able to make advantage of it, and then when Howling does really well, they have massive stinkers. So it's sort of where the gap has built up, as well as Howling's number of wins, of course, helping it to his tally. And as you can see, Hitstick's managed to lose half a second to Howling, but Mogsy has managed to gain 1.4 seconds, or 1.2, well, he's made a bit of a mistake there, so 1.1 seconds to Hitstick. So Mogsy has got the pace to catch Howling, but unfortunately, just Hitstick's been too much of a brick wall for Mogsy to pass, as Mogsy just runs straight on again through turn 1, and he's pushing to try and get second place. In fact, if he gets second place, it would consolidate Howling's championship. As they go down the straight now into turn 5. Johoy yet to take his long lap penalty, I believe. His gap to Mohammed is pretty much the same distance. Wait, what's happened to what's happened? Oh no, Howling's lagging. What's happened to Howling? Why is his bike just stood there? Oh no, don't tell me he's gonna disconnect. I can't believe it, he's disconnected from the... Oh my lord, in a race, he had the race won, he's disconnected. Oh my god, he's been robbed. I can't believe that. So this race dynamic completely changes now. So Howling's going to get 9th place, fault to due to the disconnection. So 29 points. If Hitstick wins, the gap could drop to 14 points, as Nelson now joins us.
Hey!
You've just missed a massive moment, unless you've been watching on.
I didn't miss it, bro. I was watching the whole time.
Yeah.
Howling just disconnected. Why? How?
I think he's just lost connection. But so that's a big. So he was gone from having in a championship winning, well, a near championship winning position, to now the championship being thrown up in the air. It's Mr. Hitstick now. If he can maintain this lead, will drop the points gap from 27 points to 14 points.
Ooh.
So that's a big dent.
The title battle is gonna get even closer now. So.
Yeah. Howling will probably be wanting to destroy his router.
Yeah. Probably. I joined a bit late, but
Yeah.
I've seen the whole race, so.
Yeah. So Mogsy, he's caught back up to Mr. Hitstick. Mogsy arguably has the best pace out of everyone in this race, but unfortunately just his track position has cost him. But still, he could win this race due to some good luck.
Yeah, I believe, like, I want to ask what happened exactly with Moxie at the start, because I saw him just drop and drop.
Yeah. Mogsy.
He's having pace, he can bring it to Hitstick now, and he's doing it.
He's right on the back of Hitstick now, he's right in a slipstream, but he's gone on the curb. And that's not going to help him, even though he's in the slipstream, it is a Ducati's in front, he's got in front of him, so he ain't going to pass him. So 1 lap to go now, Hitstick's just got to do what he did against Mogsy in the earlier part of the race and defend for his life as they go into turn 3 for the final time. Mogsy's going to have to just find some way of getting through, some kind of surprise manoeuvre, because if he can't leave it to the final straight because he won't make it, he won't get the move done. As they go down to turn 5, Mogsy looking up the inside, he's not able to make any sort of move.
I think it will be at the 50 section where the Yamaha really just keeps its corner speed.
Yeah, here we go. No, he's ran a bit wide. He's ran a bit wide on the turn 7. Now we go over the hill.
Moxie, he's just really dead. Oh, and he does a massive wheelie.
Yeah, he's been doing that the whole race, and I don't know what. Oh my god, a bit of lag.
Oh,
Mogsy goes into bat, and he's down.
Oh no, he's down.
Unbelievable, Mogsy pushing so hard. Oh my god, his teammate nearly runs to the back of him. Mogsy's still 3rd, so he's still going to get a podium despite everything that's happened. But here's the Hitstick is going to hold on
to the victory.
Yeah, he's just got one more corner now to go, and he will be right back in the championship fight. AC Slayer's got a long lap penalty in the final lap, but it's fine. The gap's big enough. You won't have to worry about it. Unless he screws it up, obviously. But Mr. Hitstick comes over the crest, and what was looking to be a championship wrapped up will be a massive dent. Hitstick takes the win.
There you go.
Legendary finishes second.
And Legendary doing a wheelie. I would not do a wheelie if I crashed like that in the last lap.
Yeah, that's a bit embarrassing. But, well, obviously we'll get to Mogsy's side of things. AC Slayer does the long lap penalty at the end, finishes in 4th. Mohammed on his debut in his wildcard session finishes 5th. Tohoy 6th. Matty comes home in 7th. Mini will round out the field in 8th place. Mini just seems to love 8th place right now. So there we go. Nelson, do you want to do the standing since you missed?
Yeah, sure, as I was not here. But here we go, the race is finally finished. We have Hitstick coming in 1st place, we have Legendary following Moxie in 3rd, we have AC in 4th, Mohammed in his debut race in 5th place, we have Tahoy in 6th. On the KTM we have Maddie on the Patronus, and rounding off the grid today we have Minmon on the factory Ducati as well. So Hitstick's teammate, one first, one last. Let's get to the interview and see their sides of things.
Yep. Right, so is Mogsy here? No. Hitstick's here, so we got the winner. That's good. Good start.
Yeah, we got the winner. We got the win here.
Just wait for the Yamaha boys to join. Obviously I can't hear howling right now, but I'd imagine he's extremely frustrated.
I would imagine too. I was hearing him a bit when I joined, and then I muted him, but he was not happy. Let me just
I can imagine.
clarify that. There's Moxie.
Right. Hello, Mogsy.
Hello, Jack.
So, you got pole position.
Yep.
Then in the first start, you had one of the worst starts I think I've ever seen on this game. Luckily, it was a red flag, so you got to go again. You had a lot better reaction time this time, but you still... It seemed your first gear just did not work for some strange reason. But then you made your way through, you passed your teammate, and you managed to pass Hitstick, but unfortunately Hitstick just blasted past you down the straight, and you just wasn't able to make any sort of move on him. And then obviously you tried on the last lap, but you I don't know if there was some lag as well because there's a bit of lag on my screen, but you tried to move, but or you just got really close and you crashed. But you would have fastest lap, you're the fastest guy on the track. Just unfortunately, a bit of track positioning let you down. But how does it feel to still end up on the podium despite everything that's gone on?
I surprised myself with the pole position because I didn't feel very confident for this track. So I just tried to do the best I can, and I know that Hitstick and Howling are going at each other for the championship. So I didn't want to like hit them off or anything because that caused like drama and stuff. But I actually didn't mean to go. I didn't intend to go up the inside of Hitstick. I think it was just I took a lot more brake a little bit later than him, and I just ran into the back of him and just unfortunately fell off. But yeah, I'm still surprised that I still got the bike up and finished P3, so I'm still happy with that. So.
Yeah, well done on your third place, another podium. Could have been a win, so close, but so far. And you've still got 3 more races to try and get your first dry victory of the season. Assuming those races will be dry.
Yeah.
Well done.
Alright, Legendary's here. Alright, so I haven't seen a lot from you. I was currently watching the live stream on my phone. The thing that I saw though was that you were very consistent. You were just doing your own thing while all the others were around. You were battling around. Your teammate had a little battle with you for a couple of laps too. And just tell us how your race went from your perspective and what your thoughts on the race. Yeah. All right. Congratulations, man, and thank you. I hope to continue like that. And on to you, Hitstick.
Yep. So Hitstick, it seemed like it was just going to be a race of trying to hold off Moxie for second place. I don't know how aware you were of this, but before Howling's disconnection, you were actually in a situation where, had you let Moxie go past, the championship would have been over. But due to extreme luck that Howling disconnected, you've managed to take a win, doing some great defending against Moxie, and now you've managed to close the gap down to 14 points to Howling in the championship. So you're a lot closer and can bring fight to the championship. It's the second race win in a row. Pretty sure it's not the way you would have wanted to win the race, but how was it? Yeah, so well done. Second victory. Closed right down the championship due to some luck. But yeah, so there's 3 rounds left, 14 points, 30 points up for grabs, so it's all to play for. So that has been round 7. It'll be the Division 1 race tomorrow, where Ike could wrap up the championship. I can't remember how.
No. Yeah.
I don't know how. There's a chance of doing that, but I'm pretty sure Nelson and everyone else are going to do their best to stop that from happening.
Of course.
Maybe we'll have another disconnection.
I hope so. It would make things easier.
But anyway, we'll see you tomorrow for Division 1 race. Goodbye.